Benin City stood still in the morning hours, where tired motorbikes whizzed through the air and hawkers yelled over each other in the crowded junctions. Amid this chaos was Obinna, a young man with ambition in his heart and frustration in his eyes. He was 30 years old, an age his mates had either married or left the country, but he was still chasing job interviews and gold promises. Obinna graduated top of his class in political science at the University of Benin, a bright mind full of hope and deep thoughts about change. But Nigeria was a place where brilliancy was often crushed beneath the weight of corruption. His dreams were noble, but his reality was bitter. Every morning, Obinna dressed in his only good shirt, cleaned his battered shoes, and set out under the hot sun. CV in hand, from government offices to private firms, he searched, pleaded, waited only to be told, "We would get back to you," a phrase he had come to hate. Home, in a modest bungalow at Mbo, Mama Nkechi, his mother, watched him with quiet pain. A widow of 5 years, she had sold most of her wrappers just to see her son through school. Her prayers had turned into whispers. Her faith was tired. His younger sister, Amaka, only 18, often watched her brother with concern. She was in her second year studying law. Thanks to Obinna's help, he had defied his own dreams to push hers. "You must succeed, Amaka," he always said, "so you can fight for people like us." That day, Obinna returned from another fruitless walk across the city. He sat quietly under the mango tree, sweat dripping from his forehead. He didn't speak, he didn't cry, but Amaka knew something inside him was dying slowly. "Brother," she whispered, "God is watching." He smiled sadly. Maybe his eyes are closed. That night, the compound was quiet. A dry wind blew across the zinc roofs, and somewhere in the distance, a baby cried. Obinna stared at the ceiling. He thought of leaving the country. He thought of starting a keke business. But more than anything, he wanted to make his mother proud. He never knew that his days were numbered. Tuesday afternoon, as Obinna returned from yet another interview that ended in disappointment, he ran into Nnamdi, his childhood friend. Nnamdi had changed. Once poor like him, he now wore gold chains, drove a shiny SUV, and always smelled of expensive perfume. "Obinna," he yelled, pulling him into a hug. "Have fun now. You see the hustle." Obinna forced a smile. "Man must survive." Nnamdi grinned. "Guy, forget this your CV waka. Make I carry you go see one big man. Na sure connection. Money go flow like water." Obinna hesitated. What kind of work? "Big man pikin kind of work." Nnamdi laughed. "Just follow me, clean job." Desperate and exhausted, Obinna agreed. The next day, Nnamdi took him to a massive mansion at GRA. Marble floors, high gates, security men with guns. That was where Obinna met Chief Udenna, a politician with a wide belly and a fake smile. Chief Udenna stared at him like a lion seizing a goat. "You say you be first class graduate?" "Yes, sir." "You want job?" "Yes, sir." "Good," Chief said. "Come back in 2 days. I will test your loyalty." Obinna left that mansion with mixed feelings. Something didn't sit right. But hope was louder than fear. He didn't tell his mother or sister. He went back as told. That was the last time anyone saw him alive. 3 days later, the compound was too quiet. Mama Nkechi paced the veranda, her wrapper loose, her eyes red. "Obinna never come back," she said, voice breaking. "Something is wrong." They went to the police, filed a report. Nothing. Nnamdi disappeared. Amaka skipped school, searched hospitals, mortuaries, bus parks, no trace. 2 weeks passed. Then, one morning, a call came. A body had been found in the forest outside the city. Mama Nkechi collapsed before they even reached him. Amaka entered the cold room alone. It was him, naked, eyes wide open, lips blackened, deep cuts around his neck, ritual marks. She screamed until her throat broke. The police said, "There is no evidence. We suspect cultists." But Amaka knew. Chief Udenna. She remembered Nnamdi. She remembered everything. On how they were. Nnamdi convinced Obinna to follow him to city for a greener pasture. That day, something inside her died, but something else was born. Revenge. Amaka returned to school a changed person. No more makeup, no more laughter. She was just focused on her books, law, and vengeance. She approached Barrister Tega, her lecturer, and told him everything. Yet, he warned her to be careful. Chief Udenna is untouchable. "I will touch him," she said coldly. Legally or not, she worked hard, graduated top of her class, went to law school, became a fierce lawyer known for taking on injustice. Years passed. Chief Udenna rose in politics. Nnamdi became his campaign boy. But Amaka was watching, waiting patiently for things to play out at the right time. It happened during Chief Udenna's run for governor. One of his ex-drivers was arrested for drug trafficking. In custody, the man confessed to more. "I dey work for Chief, we dey carry boys go shrine." He mentioned Obinna's name. Amaka, now a human rights lawyer, jumped on it. She filed for a public hearing. The media caught wind. Obinna's picture went viral. Pressure mounted. Inspector Bako, a principled police officer, reopened Obinna's case. Amaka stood in court, her eyes burning. "My brother died begging for a chance. He got a grave instead. Today, we speak for the silent. It was a fair case. Nnamdi was arrested. He cried and confessed. Chief Udenna tried to run, but justice ran faster. The court sentenced him to life imprisonment. When the gavel dropped, Mama Nkechi cried again, but this time in relief. Even after justice, pain remained. Obinna was gone forever, but the blood of the innocent did not cry in vain. Amaka started a foundation in his name to help young graduates and fight ritual killings. She visited schools, gave speeches, and stood with grieving families. Mama Nkechi, now frail, found comfort watching her daughter blossom into the lion her son could never become. One evening, Amaka sat inside the small hut beside their house, where her brother once sat. She whispered, "Rest now, Obinna. The world knows your name."